First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 31-yard line.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
We got 3.
On second down, Jacobs. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
They go play action here on first down. He's got his man on the crossing route. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Telvin Smith able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd.
Tight dog, tight. Ready? Red 80. 5. Red 80. Win the rep. Let's go right here.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And able to complete it to Moreau. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down.
Help me out, partner. Did they use up all their juice on 2nd down when they got the sack? Because on 3rd down, 0 pressure, all the time in the world, and he picks up the first down with that throw.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Hey, we got 3 down. Hey, orbit.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. Catch made. It's Moreau. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, saying, hey, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
Offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Call it a gain of a couple. The defense stiffening here. It's 3rd and goal.
Son. 56. Check 56. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming, son.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll find Moreau here. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal. On now is the field goal team here as the Raiders will try for 3. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And his kick is indeed good. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board. That's the type of return that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense now. They've got to go out on the field almost like it's a sudden change, almost like it's a turnover. They've got to go out there and try and stop them. But, boy, what a tough spot they're in.
A first update now out of Jacksonville. And the early going, it's the Texans out in front. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Now a first down carry for Harris. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Here we go. Time to ending. He's coming. We got double up. 24 is the mic. Let's see it. Squeeze. Let's see it.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 7-yard line.
And a strange one here, a little befuddled. They're sending out the field goal unit now. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Ravens nothing.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. He'll tuck it and run. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway, because that's your strength.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, A 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and they're going to have a third down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9. The shotgun snap for Darnold. He's going to wind up and air it out. Oh, he may have gotten lucky. Tried to dump it off underneath on the check down. Nearly picked. Instead, it's incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Harris. He's got a first down and more past the 30. Finally taken down at the 32-yard line. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Here we go.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now it's Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. 10 yards there. Good enough for a Raven first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44.
Hey, you got 3, 3 down. Check safety.
They'll go with Hill here on first down. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Watch twins. Watch twins. Watch twins. Watch the twins.
On on second down. It's Harris. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. Back deep, J.J. Nelson. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. 7 yards there and a first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
They'll run on first down. Richard. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. From the 36, Darnold escaping and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Darnold from the gun. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. And he's given his guys a shot from late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. After the interception, here's Jackson. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now Jackson eluding the pressure right. And now he's got Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Raiders have recovered. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. This will be taken very short. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
A pretty good-looking run there on first down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st.
Brings up 4th down.
Now the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Here we go on 4th down with Jackson. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position.
Switch up, switch up.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Tight into the rock, boy. Tight into the rock. Man, 80. 3 down, 3 down. Hey, Zoo.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a 1st down as well. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender, and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, sometimes a thing of beauty.
Here's a run on 1st down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
Dancing to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
How many times have we sat with coordinators, and especially the defensive guys, they've talked about big plays, sacks. They often come in bunches. Well, it may not be a bunch here, but that is the third sack of the game for them.
And around sack 3 or 4, I would think it starts to get in the quarterback's head a little bit.
Not just the quarterback, the offensive play caller, the offensive line, knocks people off balance and changes what they normally do.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
56 is the mic. Hey, defense, let's go.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Jalen Richard, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And once again, the Raiders are back out in front. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken short. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this 1st down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Jim.
Now here's another carry for Harris. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. Now it's Jackson. Flush to his right. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. Finding Gabriel complete. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. So 2 1st downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. On 1st down, Harris. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now in the East Bay. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Jackson. Got a man. It's Brown. And he's taken down inside the 30. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 28. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the fourth. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
2nd and 10 at the Raiders' 28-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. And the Raiders have got him. J.J. Watt has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Flushed out right. And this is caught at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and makes sure he spills it for a small gain.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Make that now 3 straight 2-yard gains. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball. And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Hey, 4 down.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 1st down, it's Darnold. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now it's Darnold. Working the middle here. That's complete to Moreau, the tight end. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Darnold now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10. Running from the gun with Howard. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
We got set. Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Everyone, you got 4 down.
Richard. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's go, team. Let's go.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point you have to have a splash play in there as well.
And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. This from 52, and this for the win. And this one is no good. He missed it. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Check.
They'll run again with Harris. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
It's 3rd and 4. Big play here, trying to keep this opening drive of overtime alive. On 3rd down, here's Harris. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. The temptation to go for it probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. Got to punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, Line up in pump formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
So a big move here, playing to win in overtime. They're going to go for it on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson, escaping the pressure right. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. So the field goal unit is on the field, as this is a big spot right here. And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
56. Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Hey, lady. He don't want it. Check 26. Check 26. Mike's 56. Mike's 56. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Kill. Hey, lady. 56 to Mike.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Jacobs, and only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Two minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied.
56, Mike, 56. I got it. Strong right, strong right, strong right.
Once again, it's Jacobs. 4 yards on the pickup there, as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for 1st.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Go set. What's tight? Tight ends right. What's tight? Tight ends right. 3 down, 3 down. Hatchet, hatchet.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Jacobs, and he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a 1st down. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Check 4, check 4. Check.
On 1st down, Jacobs, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12
Let's get
at the 20-yard line.
On 2nd down now, it's Jacobs, and he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys, poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime, as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And the Raiders escape with a victory. Well, we thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goes from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one last chance to put